We're letting go. Let it go, let it go. It's really time to let go, everyone. What is it of the past that you're holding on to? What's not allowing you to move forward? And where's the resistance? How can we shift our consciousness and create a new world for ourselves? And participate in the collective consciousness and make the shifts necessary there. You see, when we hold on to things, people, places, experiences that we've outgrown, but because of our ego, we just don't want to let go. We can't imagine how things will be different. We're used to it being the same way, and we can't really see or envision what it's going to look like. That's where we run into trouble. That's where we feel the kickback inside of us that creates a fear, a wobble, an anxiety. Sometimes we need to just let things be. And we need to let go of the people who are creating the shifts around us that create waves that cause us to feel uncomfortable. Because when you feel uncomfortable, you cannot align with the divine. So who's triggering you, to use a very popular word? I mean, think about it. And what inside of you is getting triggered? Who inside of you is allowing yourself to get triggered? Why can't you stand in your power and move forward for a change? Because often we don't understand what it takes to make the change. Because we've been conditioned to want what we want, the way we want it, the way we think we need it. And we can't imagine what life would look like. Sometimes the guidance is it's time to move. Let go, move. Oh, but I've been in this house for so many years. I can't imagine leaving. There's so much stuff. When am I going to pack? How am I going to pack? And, you know, the interest rate. I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford to move. But the guidance is move. The guidance from the heavens, the guidance from your angels are encouraging you to make a shift. But we as humans come up with excuses. Oh, I can't do this because I don't have a way to complete the task because I don't have everything I need. So I can't do it. I can't get to that job, or I can't create something new for myself because I don't have everything, and anything I would need costs money. Okay, I understand. But what belief do you have to let go of so that you can manifest the money? And what's a trap that's going to keep you on your own personal lockdown long after we've been out of lockdown? You see, what that experience did was trigger the trauma in so many of us. It brought us to this level of not being able to trust that everything's going to be okay. Because when we least expected it, nothing was okay. And it really doesn't quite feel the same. And because we're creatures of habit, what do we like? Things to feel the same. And even that relationship that may be difficult, uncomfortable, may not be filling your soul. You have to ask yourself first, what part of that relationship are you bringing to a head? What part are you responsible for? What part do you create that doesn't allow you to have that freedom and that flexibility in that relationship? What do you need to do? And then as you move yourself forward in the relationship and you find that it's not working, are you going to say to us then, I've been there 15 years, so I don't know what it looks like to make a change? This is the time when we really need to look at where we are and make the changes. Because the world's evolving. And the sticky situations that we have ourselves in, and everybody has them in a sticky situation somewhere in their life, we're going to have to recalculate. We're going to have to revamp, and we're going to have to make a shift. So would you rather make a shift in the world as it is now, when you have an ability to surrender to what you cannot control and identify what you can shift and change and begin that progression of change and let go of what's no longer serving you? Or do you have to step into a trap that's not going to allow you to move forward? Because you can't get out now. Because circumstances and conditions around you are not inviting you for the change. Because the universe has been nudging you most likely for the past 5 years. So let's dial back, shall we? Let's go back to the year of 2017. What were you doing? Where were you? And what changes were you faced with that you needed to make or you wanted to make and you didn't make them? Or maybe you made some of them, but you were not all in because you didn't have a sense of urgency and you were a little too complacent. And after the world was, after all, doing rather well. But that's not how it works. The universe is always nudging us to change. Everything around you and the entire planet is always evolving and changing. So how can you make a change now when these 5 years have passed? It's time. It's time to stop, as my guides are telling me, pussyfooting around and making up excuses and look at what's not working and make the change. You have the power. You can get it done. And you don't need to count on someone else. Everything you need for the journey you're on is right around you, right within you, and it does not require someone else to pull the lever and set you free. You have the power to be free. And a lot of the density and the fear that has been programmed within you since childhood is really clamoring to come out. It just really wants to be free. Your little one does not want to stay trapped in this feeling of not good enough and not worthy. And feeling that we can't trust anybody and we can't be our true, authentic self. But that's something we hear. We hear a lot of spiritual people talking about being your true, authentic self. But are you? Are you really able to shine your light? Are you holding on to old patterns and beliefs and old habits? What is a habit that you're currently doing that is a crutch, that is not allowing you to really tune in to your higher self, tune into the divine, align with your destiny, and block you from stepping into what's next for you? What are the habits? Is it overspending? Is it being a slave to another experience because you don't know how to break the habit? Is it something having to do with alcohol or gambling or even leisurely activities that are a waste of your time, perhaps a waste of your money? What are you holding on to that's not allowing you to heal the wounds and move yourself forward? What's the Band-Aid? Well, whether you like it or not, 2023, the Band-Aids are coming off. And you can gently pull it off yourself, or the universe is going to rip it off. Because we are being asked, as spirit beings in this planet, to step into our true authenticity and to step into the power of who we've come to be. So what do you need to let go of? What's blocking you? Is it a fear? Is it a relationship? Is it a habit? What belief is your stumbling block? Because when you take a look at that and you choose to set yourself free and let it go, everything changes.